The Titanic, the most legendary shipwreck of all time. A tragic disaster, a historic relic, and a deep-sea mystery. For over a century, it has rested at the bottom of the ocean, slowly disintegrating. But what if we could bring it back to the surface? Some believe we must save the ship before it completely vanishes. Others argue it should remain untouched as a tribute to the 1,500 souls lost. But raising the Titanic is no easy feat. Could we actually do it? And more importantly, should we? Stay with me as we explore the craziest, most ambitious, and downright bizarre plans to lift the Titanic from its watery grave. And trust me, some of these ideas will blow your mind. Would you visit a Titanic museum with the real ship on display? Let me know in the comments. Before we dive into the how, let's talk about the why. Why do some people insist that we need to raise the Titanic? There are three main reasons. To preserve history. Imagine a museum showcasing the real Titanic, just like Sweden's Vasa warship. That museum became the most visited in the country. Titanic could be even bigger to prevent looting. Since the wreck's discovery in 1985, scavengers have taken thousands of artifacts to be sold for massive profits. Recovering the ship could stop this deep-sea looting save it before it's gone forever. The ship is literally disintegrating due to Halomonas titanici, a metal-eating bacteria. Some scientists predict that by 2030, there might be nothing left. So, if the Titanic is at risk of disappearing, why haven't we already raised it? The answer: it's nearly impossible. Let's put things into perspective. The Swedish Vasa, successfully raised in 1961, was only 32 meters, 105 feet, deep, easily accessible. The largest naval recovery ever, the German High Seas Fleet, involved 45 warships raised from just 45 meters, 148 feet. The deepest successful submarine recovery was the Soviet K-129 in 1974, at 4,900 meters, 16,000 feet. But even that mission failed to recover the whole vessel. Now compare that to Titanic, sitting at 3,800 meters, 12,500 feet. That's deeper than Mount Everest flipped upside down. Any attempt to raise Titanic would be one of the most complex and expensive engineering feats in history. Over the years, people have come up with wild ideas to bring Titanic back up. Let's look at some of the most insane proposals. Small blue diamond filling it with Vaseline. One plan suggested pumping 180,000 tons of petroleum jelly inside the ship. The theory? It would harden in the freezing water and make the ship float. But in reality, the pressure would burst the bags, making it useless. Small blue diamond turning it into an iceberg. Since an iceberg sank the Titanic, could ice raise it? The plan: wrap the ship in a giant metal net, pump liquid nitrogen around it, freeze it into a massive ice block, and let it float. But it would take over 500,000 tons of nitrogen. Impossible. Small blue diamond ping pong balls? Yes, really. One proposal suggested filling the Titanic with millions of ping pong balls to make it float. Mythbusters tested this on a small boat, and it worked. But at 3,800 meters deep, the pressure would instantly crush the balls. Small blue diamond, a giant magnet. Another idea? Lower a massive electromagnet to the ocean floor, attach it to the ship, and pull it up. But with the Titanic's weakened structure, it would rip apart rather than rise in one piece. Small blue diamond, lifting it piece by piece. This method has actually been attempted. In 1996, a team tried lifting a 20-ton section of a ship using diesel-filled flotation bags. It almost worked until the cables snapped and the wreckage plunged back down just 60 meters from the surface. They succeeded 2 years later, and today the big piece is displayed in Las Vegas. With all these failed attempts, should we just give up? Even if we could raise the Titanic, should we? Many argue that the wreck is a mass grave. Over 1,500 people died that night. Should their final resting place be disturbed? Others counter that no human remains have been found due to deep-sea conditions. But even so, would it be disrespectful to move the ship? In 2012, UNESCO declared the Titanic a protected site, meaning it is now legally preserved as a historical relic. However, for those who still dream of seeing the Titanic up close, you actually can. A company called OceanGate offers deep-sea tours to visit the wreck. The price? A staggering $250,000 per ticket. Time is running out for the Titanic. Scientists predict that by 2030, the ship could be completely gone, disintegrated by bacteria and corrosion. So, should we try to save it before it's too late? Or should we let it remain untouched as a silent memorial to those lost? What do you think? Should we attempt to recover the Titanic, or should it rest in peace? And more importantly, do you think Jack could have fit on that door? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more incredible what-if scenarios.